What is up? What is up? Long time no talk. I got them texting fingers busy this morning. Copy and paste. I love Mac. I love Mac because you can copy and paste. Like I got two computers here. I'm gonna get a third one later. I'm waiting for my new desk. And then I got iPhone. So I find a link on any computer, copy and paste it, and somehow magically, when I paste it on another device, it knows what I'm doing. It's amazing. It's these little things. So, yes, can't hear me. Can't hear me. I know. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Can you hear me now? Instagram can't hear me. What up? What is up, guys? What is up, Facebook? I see you, Dr. Umesh Dumbre. Now you guys can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2. Ashley Margot, I've been busy. I was just saying, I've been texting you. I love Mac because I got two Macs in front of me. I got my iPhone. I'm about to get a third one because I'm waiting for my new desk. And then you copy a link from one of your devices. It magically remembers what you're doing when you paste on another device. This is game changing. Game changing. Gazelle, how's it going? I need eye studies. I got ophthalmologist. I accidentally gave my book to an optometrist without realizing that they're not MDs. Oops. But I got two ophthalmologists willing to do studies with me, one of them here in Yuma. So, how's it going, everybody? Look, now, the topic is now. Clinical research is now. Whatever you're trying to do, I just got study leads. I'm a client of my own company, DSCS. We help sites get studies, do their contracts, create source. I'm a client of my own company here with Yuma Clinical Trials. I'm a client of DSCS. I just got my study leads this morning, and I see the opportunities. And I know from other clients that they're in the middle of site selection visits. So there's an Alzheimer's study. There's a plaque psoriasis, a scalp psoriasis, a lower back pain, a heart failure. I don't know about that one. A migraine prevention. So that's a vaccine study. A genetic deficit in MC4R. I don't even know what that is. Diabetic foot ulcer. Myeloid fibrosis. So there's a lot. There's a few studies here. Please send me all videos for my students. Dr. Umesh Dumbre, go to my YouTube. Okay, here, I'm going to put the link. YouTube.com. I know you're on Facebook. YouTube.com/Dan Sfera. I don't need to send. It's all there. It's all already there for you. It's pre-sent. Pre-sent. Yeah, Gazelle. So I spent time like driving to this doctor's office. He was in the mall. I should have known something was up when he was in a mall. And then I didn't realize till after my meeting that optometrists are not MDs. They're doctors, but they're not MDs. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we can still do study. He can still be a sub-by on a study. So it wasn't a waste of time. But ophthalmologist is the way to go. Look, guys, you're always learning something new in this industry, no matter how long you've been in. I interviewed someone from data management yesterday from a big CRO. I actually learned a lot. I assumed that everything was AI generated. All the data management queries were generated by a machine somewhere, by some algorithm. But it's actually people behind a lot of those. Some are auto-queried, but when they come from data management, they're actually from people. Good morning, Dan, from Dallas, Texas. Ooh, the Mavericks. The Mavericks are the team. Luka Doncic, I'm a huge fan, mostly because I have like 7 of his rookie cards. And so I'm like invested. Dr. Divya, how's it going? So if you're watching on Instagram, I want you to let me know you're not alone. Where are you watching from? And same thing with LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And let me know if you guys have any questions. But basically, there's a lot of opportunities in the space, and it's not going to be, guys, the way the research industry is now. I mean, who knows? We might get lucky. It might be this busy for the next decade. There's actually a good chance if you look at the mRNA vaccines coming out, not just for COVID, but for everything. If you look at the advancements in oncology, if you look at even things like Alzheimer's, if you look at the FDA and how they've been basically fairly lenient with approvals, all these things are kind of lining up towards at least the next couple of years. Now, there's a lot of uncertainty at the FDA with the interim head right now, but I think like we have to focus on right now. Right now, it's very busy, and I think it's reasonable to expect this to continue for at least 2 to 3 years. At least. If you're very bullish, you're going to go 10 years, but nobody can really go that far out. But the time is now. You want to get in the industry, you want to upgrade your career. Have you been a CRC your entire career and want to be a CRA or a site owner? I mean, site owner, you got to be careful. That's a little bit different. Okay, so we got Miami, we got Seattle, Washington. How's it going, Brittany? Seattle, Washington. Okay, we got some questions here. So, Kasi, how's it going, Kasi? Are there any clinical research courses provided in USA for the international students? Absolutely. The CRA and the CRC academies. Okay, both of those I'm a co-founder of. And we have students from all over the world. Literally, we've had India, UK, Australia, Spain, Mexico, Germany. We've had a lot of internet, Canada, a lot of Canada. I almost don't even consider Canada like a different country. Okay. Okay, so how AI and clinical research will change the world? Well, AI is a big part of the future of clinical research. I think AI will change the world, but so does everything. Everything contributes to changing the world. You and I contribute in a way to changing the world. India, see, we got India on Instagram right now. Love it, love it, love it, love India. AI is changing research by primarily identifying patients, mainly for oncology studies. And at big academic medical centers, they're already using things like Deep Lens and Deep Six AI to hone in on their database. Remember, these are databases of like hundreds of thousands at one AMC, looking for the right fit for the studies for patients. So that's one immediate way that AI is helping. Another way is supposed to be on the monitoring side, but we're not there yet. What we have is big data a little bit. So we have some site metrics, and we know which sites are riskier when we assign a risk profile. We being the sponsor. So let's see. I got another question here. Okay, so here we are. So AI, yeah. So AI site metrics is a big potential for AI. We're not at the point where CRAs can, like where AI can monitor. We're not going to be there, I don't think, anytime soon. And if we ever get to close to that point, they're just going to make clinical trials so complex that it's going to be like literally a clinical trial for one patient. I mean, that's like the long tail. The technology helps the long tail. There's a really good book called The Long Tail. It was written like in the early 2000s, but it talks about how the internet paved the way for the long tail. So if you imagine a curve, and then it never crosses the x-axis, right? Somebody tell me what this curve is called. I got a C in calculus. I forgot the name of this curve. It's something simple. So the curve comes down, never crosses the x-axis, and just goes on forever. So the big market share companies, IKEA, Parexel, PPD, Icon, they get like the top 80%, maybe even the top 90% of opportunities. But on the long tail, that's where all the small companies thrive. And that's where I say small is the new big, because the big market is limited, right? But the small market goes on forever. In theory, it goes on indefinitely. So that's why I think that the opportunities are in the small is the new big. You could literally put yourself in a position where you have no competition, where you are blue ocean strategy. I was talking to a big site. They don't do research yet. They have like 80 clinics, and they use AI and tech to run their clinics better. So they buy medical practices, they throw tech behind it, and they make them more efficient and bigger. They scale it. They want to add a research, and I told them, look, not only can you do traditional trials, but with your tech infrastructure, you can dominate the virtual trial aspect as well. Why? What's preventing the virtual trial companies from completely taking over? They don't have access to patients. They still need me and you. If you're a site owner or a coordinator, they still need me and you to contribute. If you're a site, a network of sites, and you have the tech capabilities, now you're blue ocean strategy. They weren't getting this because they don't understand clinical research. It was like an hour-long Zoom, and they still don't understand. So I told them that I did a podcast on this, and they got to watch it. And then I told them to get my book, because like I could spend all day talking about this stuff. So thank you for the question, Kasi. I really like it. Irina, how's it going? Yep, from LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, guys, if you're not using a LinkedIn like to network in 2021, that's another topic. Links for the Academy. Thank you. So the first one is the CRA Academy. Let me type it in here. The CRA Academy.com. The next one is, and I'm getting to your questions, Instagram. The next one is the CRC Academy. And thank you for that, Dr. Umesh. All right, what's this Instagrams? So, what about people who did diploma in clinical research from India? International equivalent education is accepted in research anywhere. In the U.S., you can be a bachelor's degree to be a CRA, and I know there's people who disagree with me, but okay, prove me wrong. To be a CRA, you need at least a bachelor's degree. I know there's some exceptions, but for the most part, that's how it is. To be a coordinator, not all the time. CRA, bachelor's degree, or international equivalent. All right, so at least a bachelor's degree or international equivalent. Miami, Florida, one of the best places to be right now. That is the new, I think, people think that's the new Silicon Valley. And I like that they're really getting into blockchain technology. They're developing a entire infrastructure there in the US around blockchain. Cary, North Carolina. What's up, Latrice? My brother, North Carolina, very near and dear to my heart. My brother lives there. I go there every now and then. I go to Charlotte. I've been to Raleigh. I've been to Wilmington. I've driven from Wilmington to Charlotte. I've been all over North Carolina. Great state. Love me, love me some Bojangles. We don't have any of that here on the West Coast or in the Southwest where I'm at right now. Love me some Bojangles. How is the future of SAS programming in clinical research? So that's database management. That's database, creating the database, the CRF. That's also IWRS. That's also how these separate platforms are going to communicate with one another. So, and now throw in eSource. I'm going to do a lot of videos of me. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, you follow me. I'm building my site out here in Yuma, Arizona from the ground up. Today, I'm actually going to buy a cabinet and a desk for my PI's office because they have a bunch of cabinets for their drug samples. But the PI, and it's a good idea, he told me to bring my own cabinet that only I have the key so that his staff doesn't like mix with it with the investigation of products. So I'm going to Staples, buying a cabinet. I'm gonna do a vlog of me going into Staples, buying a cabinet, and then me putting the cabinet in the office. I'll try to record this if I can. So I'm saying all that because I'm using CREO, clinicalresearch.io. It's an e-source and an e-regulatory. Right now you have all these different technologies. Okay, you have the recruitment technology for patients. You've got the e-source, the e-reg, the EDC, the IWRS, and everything else. They don't communicate with one another still. They don't communicate with one another. They're separate technologies. The next step, I call it the great convergence. Somebody can write an entire white paper on this, is to merge everything together. The company that's leading the way in this, but it's still wide open field, I think is Viva Systems. They're leading the way in connecting all this stuff. Okay, I have done bachelor's degree in homeopathic medicine and surgery, and after that I did postgraduate diploma in clinical research. Currently working as a CRC for cardiology. Okay, perfect. So it depends. How do you expand your career opportunities? Do you want to immigrate to the US or you want to expand your career opportunities in India? Because I think India is going to have a bunch of opportunities as well. I think you can do CRA. And in India, you got a lot of sponsors as well. You got Sun Biopharma, you got Dr. Reddy's Labs. You got a bunch of sponsors out there in India. I think you need to go position yourself again using LinkedIn to put yourself in there. Yeah, Viva's a learning curve. I know Viva. I don't use Viva because I got everything I need from CREO. I got the eSource, I got the CTMS, I got the eReg. So yeah, Viva. But Viva's there. You know, Viva missed the opportunity because I was looking for a vendor to hook me up with stuff so I could vlog about it. But CREO's the way to go, I think. And CREO hooked me up for a trial period so I could document my journey. But I'm gonna pay for it next year. And that's the thing. There's gonna be these systems that are free, but in the world of big data, nothing is free, and your data should be yours as a site, right? And the access to your metrics should be yours. And CREO understands this stuff. Hi, everyone. Hi, Dan. I'm from Argentina. See, we got international, guys. We've had students from Argentina, too. I would like to know if it's possible to start a clinical research career if you were over 30. Yes, you're a baby. You are a baby. Lou, you're a registered dietitian. You're also a baby. Okay, that absolutely you can start. There, I know people start in their 50s. I actually know one CRA who started in her 60s. I know another CRA who's still monitoring who's in her 80s. So yes, 30, that's not even worth bringing up. But thank you for bringing it up because it's helping the algorithms. It's helping Instagram algorithm. Make sure you hit the hearts too. The hearts, I maybe I haven't been looking enough, but I haven't seen any hearts. And that's what Instagram uses to get this thing out to more people. Like they care about you pushing the screen. I'm willing to move anywhere in the world. Yeah. So, okay. This is what you got to do. Start where you are because it's easier. You don't have to worry about immigration and all that. But also, if you're looking at US, Canada, I know a lot of people from India come to Canada or US. You can get CRA jobs over there. You can absolutely do that. Venezuela in the house. How's it going, Lawrence? Dr. Landron, please send me your link. Thank you. Look, you guys need to connect with each other. All right. In the comments is where it's at. We're small but exclusive. All right. And we're all motivated to better our opportunities. Which is the better CRA on-site monitoring versus remote-based CRA? Why CRA on-site monitoring have more demand? So on-site monitoring still works best. Sites prefer on-site monitoring. Period. I mean, I've done like informal poll, and the majority of the sites prefer on-site monitoring. CRAs prefer on-site monitoring. I'm also a contract CRA. The contracts are starting to wind their way down. For my CRO, they might pick back up, and Chris and I are gonna have to bring in some help for that if we get that bigger project for the CRO. But in-person monitoring is still tried and true way to do it, right? Remote monitoring still, because these systems don't communicate, it's still a lot of flaws, and less. It's still not as efficient as going in person. Yet, even with the travel and the hotel, it's still not as efficient. Primarily because the coordinators and the staff are harder to get a hold of, believe it or not, remotely. Gazelle, thank you so much. You're so busy though. I mean, but yeah, we would love to have you help knock on wood. All right, that the sponsor likes the data from the investigator-initiated trial, and they decide to make a larger study. But I'll probably have a year. I'll probably have a year to like plan that out. It doesn't just happen overnight. All right, let's see. You guys got a bunch of questions. Man, where did I leave off on these questions? All right, Shafak, how's it going? When it comes to raising awareness about research in minorities, what do you think is an appropriate approach, and how effective it is if the ICFs are not translated into their language? You have to have the ICFs translated in their language. Joe Dustin in the house, all right, of former metadata fame, now with BMS, I think. Don't hate me, Joe. I forgot. I think it's Bristol. All right. This is a huge issue. Informed consents being translated in other languages. You need, especially here in the US, Spanish is a must to have. You can't rely on families to translate. I mean, that's what a lot of sites are doing. They're relying on the staff. Most staff in Hispanic areas are bilingual. Most sites, mine included. I'm in a border town here in Arizona. We have everybody speaks Spanish, including myself. I'm the worst one. I don't speak that well. So the staff speaks Spanish, but it's still imperative that we have the informed consent translated into Spanish. So that's for the Spanish language minorities. All right. Now, appropriate approach for recruiting or raising awareness amongst minorities is to go do recruitment in minority communities. Grassroots approach. Tech works, like running Instagram and Facebook ads, but there's a lack of trust in those areas. Basically all minority, African American especially, Hispanic American also, Asian American, Middle Eastern, they all distrust, for the most part, clinical research. This is why we need diversity in the workforce. We need people working as CRCs, CRAs, clinical research assistants, PIs, sub-Is from these communities, because the more we have, the more grassroots marketing that's going to do. That's just like this is the issue. And I think the issue is we need more sites in these areas. I think that's the simple solution. Now the more difficult solution is who's responsible for this. Is it sponsors? They've got plenty to do. Is it sites? Well, why would a site want another site in their neighborhood or nearby? So whose responsibility is it? I think it's entrepreneurs' responsibility. I think it's people like you, Shafak, who see the opportunity. I think it's people like Danielle Coe from Black Women in Clinical Research. I think it's people like Ashley Margot and Judy and Monica from Latinos in Clinical Research. I think that's who responsibility it is. Man, you guys are good on these questions. Hi, I'm a study coordinator without a bachelor. Yeah, coordinator, it's very possible. Very possible. Especially with a medical assistant background. Very possible. What up, Eileen? How's it going? How's it going? Naomi in the house. What up? We will be proud to associate with the CRC Academy. Thank you very much. I'm interested in getting the company I work for to pay for the courses you provide. Do you provide certifications? Yeah, we provide certifications. They are not SOCRA or ACRP, but those ones won't even attempt to let you take the test until you have at least 2 or 3 years of work experience. But if you're brand new or newer, our courses are great, and they come with a certificate. And guess what? I myself, because I haven't been a coordinator for like 8 years, I've been doing biz dev for sites, and I've been contract monitoring, and I've been building the sites, but I haven't been the coordinator. I'm a little rusty, so I put myself in the CRC Academy, and I'm going to print out my certificate when I'm finished and put it in my CV. Why not? Because if you get audited, the FDA or whoever's auditing is going to look, well, what all the staff, what certificates, what courses, what trainings did they take? All of it counts. All of it counts, not just ACRP and SOCRA. So yes, put it in a time lapse. Time lapse. Oh, you mean me buying all the equipment? Okay. I'll try. Doctor might be weirded out while I'm recording in their office. So that's been a little bit of the issue because I don't know them yet. I don't know them well yet. I got another podcast on that, how to get to know your doctor, your PIs better. Nicole Palmer shares infos from Criterium. Man, we got an international group. As an entry-level CRC, is it ideal for working remotely, or would working in an office provide a better hands-on experience? Working in the office by far provides a better hands-on experience. You get the one-on-one with the patients. I know there's a lot of patient visits now virtual, but the majority are still in person. You get a lot of that interaction with the patients. You get to experience, like, this is why I think the smaller the better. You get to do the lab processings, right? So you need your IATA certificate. You have to, if you're using, so I'm using electronic everything except informed consent. We're using paper informed consent. So until Creo comes up with a ICF solution, I have to actually ask them if they have that. That would be helpful, but I don't think they do. So hands-on experience, definitely much better. Much better. And it translates much better towards being a CRA or whatever it is. I mean, remote would be fine too, but you're asking me what's better. What's better is hands-on. What's better, guys, is always what's more difficult. That's like maybe a universal law. What's better is almost always the more difficult route. The one that involves more of your time and effort. Even if it's less efficient, it's better for your career. For your career, not for the overall system. We got to separate those two. Can I get a copy of my diploma certificate? Yeah. Maybe email Chris or Julie. I think they still have them. All right, I think Julie still has them. Oh, Portugal. Pedro from Portugal. See, we're international, guys. Portugal in the house. How can I know about clinical research organizations in the United Arab Emirates? I have Googled, checked LinkedIn, but didn't get an overall idea. Let me look. Let me look on LinkedIn. Let's do this live. Okay, Sumya. So clinical research site or organization. Let's just do clinical research. Clinical research, United Arab Emirates. We're doing this live, and keep putting your questions, comments, hearts in here, likes. the hugs, whatever you feel like. I see like these emojis on here. They're probably from Facebook. It's much appreciated. Okay. So I just searched on LinkedIn, Clinical Research United Arab Emirates. There's a thing that comes up on the top, a bunch of circles. The first thing is people, then it's jobs, I'm clicking on companies. And what do I see here? United Arab Emirates. So I see Creo #1. Shout out to Creo. I see what you mean. There's only US ones when I do that. United Arab Emirates. But when I click on people, all right, so we're going to have to do this the roundabout way. United Arab Emirates, I see people that work at different places. So the first guy I clicked on, Faizan Raza. Shout out to him. We're not connected. I'm going to connect with him right now. You're on, Faizan. You're on live. He works at this place called Pure Health. He's the regional supervisor for lab operations Dubai and Northern Emirates full time. Then he used to work at a place called a Dow Diagnostics, a subsidiary of American Medical Setup Launch in UAE. So this is how you're going to do it. You're going to have to find all the people. There's a bunch of people that work in the United Arab Emirates in clinical research. And you just got to click on them. It wouldn't hurt you to connect with all of them and then see where they work at. And that's how you find the companies there. Right? So it's just a little, you have to go like 2 layers. It's not going to be presented for you nicely. You have to go 2 layers. You have to go through the people. But shouldn't we always be going through the people anyways? Like that's what we all are. Even companies at the end of the day, what are they? Can you please mention if you're not residing in US or Canada, which companies prefer to accept applications from India? I was having issues to get an industry in India. I know Australia and I know South Korea and United Kingdom and probably Germany. Those 4 countries besides the US and Canada that have big research ecosystems. India has a big research ecosystem also, huge. China as well, but that's kind of a closed. You can go there under, like, if you have an Indian company doing business in China, or I mean, it's harder to break in there unless you come in like with another company. Which position can I start my application with? Any clinical. Just put clinical research on any job board and apply to all of them. Hi, I'm a biotechnologist. Can I be a CRA with that experience? Yes, you can. But to be a CRA is not an entry-level job. All right, CRA is not an entry-level job with the rare exception of registered nurses. Other than that, CRC, in-house CRA, trial master file specialist, study startup specialist, remote site monitor, clinical research associate, data associate. There's a lot of entry-level jobs. Even some of those entry-level jobs, they're not really entry-level. They require some experience. This is exactly, Augustine, I hate to be a salesman, infomercial on you. This is exactly why we started CRC Academy and the CRA Academy. Because we give you experience during the internship. So when you finish our course, you are no longer research naive. I don't know how many times I got to keep repeating. Like, I don't think we explain that well enough in our marketing. We're the only one who does this, by the way. Like truly does that, like with real studies. Like my CRO has 4 investigator-initiated trials that require monitoring. Evelyn, one of our best CRC Academy students of all time. You've probably seen her on our programs. So hands-on is best, plus a live action of your hard work speaks louder than a resume or video. Yep. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, hands-on is best, and you're telling me to vlog my video, moving my cabin. That'll definitely be hard work. Like I'm literally putting sweat equity into it. It's 106 degrees outside. Argentina. All right. We've had students from Argentina, actually. Okay. I have 2 years of research nurse experience. Oh, and from Argentina, we accept LICR, Latinos in Clinical Research. All ethnicities welcome, but it's especially made for Latin American. All right. From the US, anywhere in the world. But like from Argentina, you need to be a member of Latinos in Clinical Research. It's absolutely free. You just go to latinosinclinicalresearch.com and subscribe so you don't miss out on our monthly webinars. And then stay in touch with me here and with Latinos in Clinical Research on YouTube and on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Go subscribe to all 3 of those things right now, Latinos in Clinical Research. I have 2 years of research nurse experience. Which courses would you recommend? I would like to expand my knowledge on clinical research. The CRA Academy. The CRA Academy. As a nurse, you could be a CRA quickly, more quickly than others. All right. Can a MHC be a CRA? What is MHC? All right, so we went longer than I thought. I gotta get going, guys. This is why people get mad at me, because I'm always late right now. So thank you guys. Dre Margarita, let me know what message me what that means, MHC, and I'll try to help you out. And join Latinos in Clinical Research on YouTube. Subscribe to it. Join Latinos in Clinical Research on LinkedIn. Follow it. Join Latinos in Clinical Research on Facebook. Follow it. Join latinosinclinicalresearch.com. Subscribe. Stay connected. I don't care what your nationality or background is. Join Latinos in Clinical Research. And very true for nursing, says Gazelle. Oh, mental health counselor, MHC? Yes. You can do, look at psychiatric clinics near you, sites that do psychiatric clinical trials. You can fit in right there with the sites. And then from there, with enough experience, you could be a CRA. If you need help, my CRC Academy will help you. Monica actually runs sites for the CRC Academy that do central nervous system studies for the internship. So you need to really look at the CRC Academy. We can help you out. Margarita, message me if you're interested. Thank you guys. Have a great Labor Day. I already forgot. 3-day weekend. Don't worry, I'll be doing videos on Monday. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. All right? Catch y'all later. Bye-bye.